ladies and gentlemen, to Sharkpool Gaming's one and only podcast, The Deep End. I'm your host, Shane Walters, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of things that have come up recently in gaming. We've got a new 3DS with us, so if you're watching us on YouTube, over on the Sharkpool Gaming YouTube channel, you'll be able to see me play around with it, and I'm going to give you my impressions on it, and whether or not this is going to be replacing the old model. That's the big question that a lot of people have been asking. And the main topic for today, I'm going to be talking about the Order 1886. Now, I finished the game last night. I did beat it in 7 hours. That's not an official time. I took a couple, like, 15-minute breaks in between, so I don't even think it's 7 hours. But that's the key, that's the issue right now, right? You know, people are wondering if this game is worth $60. And we're going to talk about that later in the show. So without further ado, let's get started. Right now I wanted to show you guys what the new 3DS looks like right there. You can take a look at it all in its wonderful glory. You know, the back of it's pretty standard. If you're interested in this device, you've seen unboxings before, and you know, I don't have to go over the new features of it, but I'm playing Fire Emblem Awakening right now. But, you know, you see the little thumbstick right there. There's now two analog sticks, of course. And the hardware of the new 3DS, I think, has been altered for the better. And I want to say that second nub is going to really open opportunities for, like, new games to come to the system. Because we can talk about the first game that's coming to the new 3DS only is Xenoblade Chronicles. And that kind of like blows my mind that that game can fit on a handheld. And I think what they've, I mean, it really does blow my mind how they fit that big of a game onto a handheld, but if that game can make it onto the handheld, my mind just goes off and wonders what else can come to the new 3DS. And the one that I really want to come to the 3DS would be Super Mario Sunshine. I've never beaten the game, but I would love to replay it. You know, it was one of those games that I played as a kid and never got around to finishing. So I would really like for them to bring that to the new 3DS, and I could actually see them bringing the Pokemon games for the GameCube over to the new 3DS as well. That'd be really cool if they could maybe bundle those together for like a 2-game pack or something. I don't know. I enjoyed those games when I played them, so we'll see. But we want to talk about the main issue for the new 3DS. It's not really an issue as more of a concern, because the 3DS, right, the old model, I had the old model for a while. So the old model 3DS, it says here on Nintendo's official forum that the hardware sales for the old 3DS is 50.41 million units, which is a whole lot of units. It's a whole lot of consoles. So you're looking at, are these 50 million people, presumably, still have their system in a perfect world? Of course, you know, that's probably not true. But do these people, are they going to be out of luck? Is what I'm asking, and what other people are asking. Are they going to be out of luck when the new 3DS slowly starts taking the market? Because I bought one because I really wanted to play Xenoblade Chronicles. But are the 50 million people that bought a 3DS, are they going to be out of luck? That is the main concern of people. And the way I look at it, the way I see this transition into the new 3DS, I mean, it's an awful name, but whatever, everyone's saying that, I don't need to talk about that, but I look at it like this, because the Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Boy, the gray one, the brick, came out, and it was awesome, everybody owned one. Then they came out with the Game Boy Color, and if you think about it, it wasn't a brand new system, it was just an upgrade from the regular Game Boy. So it was upped in hardware, you could see colors, and, you know, it was a slimmer, more sleek design. And this is exactly what just happened, because the design of the new 3DS, it feels better. You know, the buttons have more of a click to them. The redesign where the buttons are is much better, I think, personally. But that's how I see it. I see it as the Nintendo Game Boy going into the Game Boy Color. And, you know, I own both of those as well, so thank God. Because I couldn't play my Pokemon Crystal or whatever. But, you know, you look at it that way. Because the Game Boy Color eventually took the market. And nothing came out for the Nintendo Game Boy before or after the game started coming out for the Color, because nobody wanted to develop a game for the old system that was, you know, didn't have the hardware behind it. So that's the way I look at it. And, you know, people may be really concerned that their 3DS probably won't be supported to the fullest. And, you know, I think that's a pretty genuine concern. I think that, you know, if you're looking to get a new 3DS, I mean, definitely wait, because I don't know for a fact, like, this is all just speculation, that the new 3DS is going to take the market like the Game Boy Color did. We don't know that. So, you know, if you're holding out, that's 100% okay, because games are going to start coming out in the next year or 2 years, you know, because that brand new hardware, people are going to be wondering what they can bring to it. So, I like the new 3DS. It is the best. It's very good. The analog stick feels great. I've played Monster Hunter 4 on it before, and it's A-okay. I love that game. And the analog stick makes it 100% better. So, you know, we'll just see with time. So, new 3DS gets thumbs up from Sharkpool Gaming. So, let's move into the second topic of the podcast. And we're going to talk about the Order 1886. And this has been the topic of discussion this week, I think, with a lot of forums, a lot of people talking, and it has brought up an age-old conversation of, you know, should I buy a game for $60 if it doesn't keep me entertained for months and months at a time? Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So the Order 1886, finished it last night. I sat down with the game at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock at night. And I played it, and I finished it at 1 in the morning. And I took maybe 3 15-minute breaks periodically, because, I mean, I had to just, you know, step away from the game real quick and then come back to it going hard. So I take it as maybe like a 7 hour playthrough that got me through it. I didn't go for a platinum trophy. I really should have. I really wanted to get that platinum trophy because it's really easy. Like, oh my god, I've got like 57% of the trophies, and I didn't even try. Like, that's crazy. And there's not very many trophies. So it's just like, it's a weird thing, because this is you know, it's a really good game. I will endorse the shit out of this game. This game is very good. If you are looking to see what the PlayStation 4 can do in terms of graphical fidelity, you know, like, really, oh, it's so good, man. I wish I could have watched myself play it, if that sounds weird, because games usually always look better when I'm watching somebody play a game, but the game's very good. Characters are very good, I thought. I really enjoyed the cast of characters that they presented with us. And the guns were, I mean, it's a basic third-person cover shooter, so it's not going to be any super innovations on most fronts, but the guns did add an interesting twist to it, because it was very cool, very steampunky. So, you know, if you've looked up anything on the Order 1886, you'll know that the aesthetic is, that's what they were going for, was the steampunky alternate reality, you know, industrial revolution in London. So, you know, aesthetic, nailed it. They were, oh man, it is the best. It may be one of the best aesthetically pleasing games of this generation. Box quote me on that one. Sharkpool Gaming. Yeah, there you go. You're welcome. Characters are great. Story was, you know, it was interesting. It kept me in it. Okay, there's a lot of games that I play that I'm just like, I could care less. Like Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 could not keep me, like, in it for longer than like 4 hours. I was just like, this is dumb. I was like, I don't give a shit about any of these people. I could care less about Pagan Min. I could care less about this rebellion. Like, I'm just here to scatter my mother's ashes and leave. Characters 100% forgettable, and the story is 100% forgettable. The Order 1886 kept me in it, okay? It kept me focused on, like, what's gonna happen next, like, what are these characters gonna do, like, what's gonna happen. They did that very well, and I look at this game as the first game of a series. You know, like, when you have that introduction movie, like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Iron Man 1, you know, they have to set it up. They have to set up the characters, they have to set up the setting, and, you know, I think that this was a step to maybe an Assassin's Creed to Assassin's Creed 2 step in the right direction, and I'm very, very pleased with it. You know, it held my focus, and that's all I can ask for, because I can't even keep my own focus. So, you know, kudos to them to weave a story in a very unique way. And I really enjoyed the story, and I really hope that there's a sequel. The sequel really, I think, can come back and do some really cool stuff. But let's talk about the length of the game, and let's talk about what everyone else wants to debate. Is this a $60 game? And it's interesting, because it's all, I want to say, like, situational. Because if you're the kind of person like me that wants to be taken on an experience, that wants to, you know, just be engaged and just in it, you know, I think that this game is worth $60 to, you know, experience these characters in this, you know, this step in gaming evolution. This really is a step forward in, you know, cinematic approach, in sound design, in, you know, aesthetic. Like, oh man, this game oozes style, and it is just top notch. And I think that this is worth $60, but that's just my opinion, because, you know, I also think that, you know, Assassin's Creed 4, which is the best Assassin's Creed, don't care, is worth $60, but I got it for $20. So let's look at it this way. $60 for a 7-hour experience, $20 for God knows how many hours I've put into that game. You know? What are you looking for? What is the consumer looking for? And it looks like the general consensus is we want something that's going to hold our attention for months at a time. We want Skyrim. We want Fallout. We want Assassin's Creed. And, you know, I've got a big problem with, you know, Ubisoft recently, because all they do is open world games. But you look at how this plays out. How when somebody crafts a woven, almost like a roller coaster, they're taking you on a ride and they're showing you these wonderful things, but you get off and you're just like, that didn't last that long. I don't know if it's worth it. And I don't think that that's the right way to do it. I think that you gotta look at it like, is this worth it for the quality over quantity? Because I would rather play the Order 1886 than play Watch Dogs or any open world game with just a kitchen mop to clean up side quests and stuff, you know? It's not... It's just so interesting, because people make... And I understand that people are always going to make a big fuss. They always have to have something to assess or complain about. And I think that the complaints about this game are misplaced. Because, what was it, 3 months ago? We were complaining about broken games. People shoving broken games down our throats with pre-order bonuses. And the Order 1886 is a complete game. It is polished, it looks good, it runs well. Like, what do we want? What are we trying to send? What message are we trying to send to developers? You know, if we want, you know, open world, side quests everywhere, just trophies and whatnot, you know, that's the message we're sending them, is that we want more of that. We don't want more of a cinematic experience, because I'll take you back to 2 years ago when I played BioShock Infinite for the first time. That was the best one of my favorite gaming experiences with BioShock Infinite. And that was maybe a 13 hour game, maybe. I beat it in like 2 days. Like, you know, I don't have to have a multiplayer mode. I don't have to have side quests and collectibles and unlockables and all the other bowls. You know, I just want a good game. So it's a little bit different because I feel like Steam has changed the way people buy games and they look at how to buy games. So, because you look at Steam and, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo all try to duplicate it, not as well as Steam does it, but you look at the Steam marketplace and you can see a game for $59.99 and you know for a fact that you can wait 6 months to a year and get that game for like 20 bucks. You know? So there's less of an impulse buy on Steam than there is on other platforms. And I think that's splitting the market kind of in half because, you know, PC gamers, you know that they can wait and get the game at a later date for less money, and console gamers are, you know, I don't know if we have that same mentality, because I'm not really sure, because I mean I play games on PC and console both, you know, equally. I play, you know, Final Fantasy XIV a lot, but you know, I think console gamers, we haven't had that mentality change yet because we're so used to going to the brick and mortar stores and buying our games. So I think that the Steam mentality is almost kind of bleeding in. It's kind of invading into the console gamer mentality, and I think developers, and that's why we're seeing an influx of DLC and pre-order bonuses where they're trying to get their money. You know, they don't want people to wait 6 months and get it for 20 bucks. They wanted to pay this $59.99 plus, you know, the $24.99 for pre-order bonus, season pass. But, you know, it's all situational, like I said. People will buy what they feel is the best value for them. And I would happily pay $60 for a game like The Order. I would not happily pay $59.99 for a game like Assassin's Creed Unity at launch. Now, Assassin's Creed Unity is fixed now, but at launch, it was not. They shoved that thing out the door to get it before the holiday. Shame on you, Ubisoft. But I digress. The Order 1886 is going to bring up the conversation, and the conversation is going to continue until we find a way to remedy this discussion that we keep having of what the value of a game should be. So, with that, that is the end of episode 2 of the Deep End podcast here at Sharkpool Gaming. If you head over to soundcloud.com/sharkpoolgaming, you can follow us over there and listen to the audio for your beautiful ears and listen to us anytime, anywhere, on your phone, iPod, MP3, Zune if you still have one. And then head over to our YouTube channel. Yeah, we don't have a URL. I don't know what's going on. There should be links all over the place. Come over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, watch a couple videos, and let us know what's up. Let us know what you guys like. So without further ado, my name is Shane Walters. Thank you guys for watching.